The other day, my nigga told me, yo, you gotta give me something I could bump to in the car, you know what I mean? Something I could rock to, you know what I mean? Something with that bounce, you know what I mean? What? A leg up. Last year, niggas claimed that I fell off. I guess you would call this a comeback. On my solo dolo shit like Mike Rose, with two titties on both shoulders, still never walk with hunchback. After all these haters told me get my weight up, so I jacked up on steroids to make it from minus to majors. Used to be a broke little nigga. Now all I do is count my papers, so why should I apologize for the life that I done earned? Got my finger up to the critics like, fuck to let the track burn. If the flow hostile and I'm hot now, what the fuck would I wait my turn? I call me a problem child, I was acting wild, live life with no concern. So for all those who take shots, I might be saying prayers for your earn. Rest in peace to your career. Where the fuck y'all gon' learn? Cause I eat beef like Shark Week or beef for the whole year. And I won't stop till I'm on top like a shit down like a sheriff. Excuse me, can you hold my mic for a second? Cause I feel like I'm the shit, nigga. Cause I gotta do my dance. All I need is a new Bugatti and I'ma be legit, nigga. Excuse me, can you hold my mic for a second? Cause I feel like I'm the shit, nigga. Cause I gotta do my dance. All I need is a new Bugatti and I'ma be legit.
Yo.
We are back once again.
Back in the building. It's your boy Gerard, man, Mr. Dacry, man. I'm back on Fight Night. I'm back.
You gonna have you a full-fledged MMA fan by the end of this shit. You gonna know the arm bars. You gonna be, oh yeah, no, that was an omoplata right there, man. I seen that. Yeah, we gonna have you.
I'm gonna be all up in that thing just like that. Ain't nobody gonna know it.
Yep, they not gonna be ready. We got you.
Yep. But man, welcome to Convos at the Shop Fight Night. We on episode 8. I got my UFC guy with me, Corey. I'm taking the place of our boy Malik, man. But we here though. Like, what's up? Let's go.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. We finally got UFC back this weekend. It's gonna be fun. I'm happy. I'm happy to see some more fights. And UFC's coming out basically with 3 cards in a week. We got this Saturday, we got a random Thursday card, and then we got UFC 256 with Conor coming back. So next 10 days is about to be fun.
If you like UFC fights, bro, like this is this next 10 days is the wave.
It is real. My good friend, she does the graphics and stuff on the Spanish side. She's gonna be in Vegas for like 10 straight days. Like, I think she goes up Friday and won't be coming back till like the following Monday or Sunday, whatever. They are working. They are working.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we are here, guys. We here. Y'all make sure y'all tap in, come talk with us, come have a conversation with us, bro. That's the name of the game. It's the slogan of the show. Come have a conversation with us. Let's jump right into it, dog. First topic of the day of the show. Edwards and whatever this guy's name is with the C. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it.
Right. Chimaev. Most famous for, I think, 3 wins in like a month, if I'm not mistaken. Something around that.
He took some cards like back to back, some shit.
Back to back. Another one of them Russian wrestlers. Everyone after Khabib, everyone's scared of all of them, and he might be the next one. They're trying for the 3rd time to get him versus Leon Edwards. It was supposed to be in December. I think Edwards got COVID. Supposed to be this month. Chimaev was had COVID himself and was still dealing with some issues. So now we're trying for the 3rd time. And I really, really hope it comes through, because Leon Edwards has kind of been stuck for over a year now. Good God, he just needs to fight.
Get this man a fight.
Please. Here you go. Here you go, Gerard. You over here.
No. I got a comment. I don't know who this is, so I got to find out where I'm at. I got to find them folks where the comment is. I can't see it, but keep going.
Yeah, I'm just. So Edwards now is one of the top-ranked welterweight fighters. Unfortunately for him, he's probably most famous for getting a 3-piece in the biscuit from Jorge Masvidal
I saw that.
which is unfortunate because he's really, really good. But he was scheduled to fight Tyron Woodley last year. That got shut down right when the COVID outbreak happened, and everything got canceled. That was one of the fights got canceled. And because he's from England, he's been, stuck over there pretty much.
Right.
And this is, last year was finally supposed to come back. So he hasn't fought since July of 2019. So he's been off for a long, long time. And, we've been waiting. He's number 3. He's the number 3 welterweight right now. You got Usman. Then number 1 ranked is Kobe. Number 2 is Gilbert Burns, who's going to fight for the title at 257. And then you got Leon Edwards. So the man is ridiculously accomplished, really good. And Chimaev was basically overnight became one of the biggest stars in MMA because of his wins. And, he's undefeated. This is a shot for him to really take that leap against an actual top-class real fighter. No disrespect to his opponents, those weren't exactly, highly ranked or even ranked at all kind of fighters. So this is his first big test in the UFC, and it's a real test. And it was anticipated when it was supposed to happen back in December. It's gotten pushed back, and either way, for either one, whoever would win that fight, it could be a huge jump. So really, really hope they're able to. That's finally able to come through.
Yeah. So with UFC fighters taking off that long, like you expect a little rest period in the first round from Edwards when they do fight.
It's possible. It depends on the fighter. Sometimes you see guys that take forever off and they hop right back in and they're fine. Other times we see guys take off and it takes them some time. Most famously, when John Jones first came back and he fought St. Preux, he looked terrible, and it was just like, whoa, that's not John Jones. And then the next fight he comes back and he kicks Cormier's head off, and he's fine. And it's just like, okay, he's still John, but it takes some time to kind of get back to that. You can train just like in any sport. There's no simulating actually being in there. There's no simulating game speed. And, once you actually get back in there, it's different. You can spar all you want. It ain't quite the same.
Yeah, because I was thinking if you sparring with a person, I don't think they in there trying to take your head off in the sparring match.
Yeah, and usually, not always. I mean, I'm sure you do full rounds with everything, but a lot of times you're doing individual things. You're just rolling, jiu-jitsu, rolling for rounds and for minutes at a time, and that's what you're focused on. Then you might spar for different rounds in kickboxing, in which case a lot of times you might have headgear on and stuff to protect yourself in doing that thing. Obviously, you're gonna train your rounds in full on as if it's a fight. At the same time, your sparring partners you can't be going so full speed that you might hurt this person and take away their paycheck. And that's always the danger. It's even more of a danger in MMA. You lock in a submission, you can't. You're not locking in, pulling that arm bar all the way. Yeah.
Put it on, but I got
it.
you.
I got you. Let it be known I got you. Pull off, and then you can't do that kind of stuff. So it's a very, very thin line, And, we going on, by the time this fight would happen, it'd be around 21 months. So you talk about almost 2 years without fighting. That's a long time. It's a lot to go through. But, Leon Edwards is, he's ranked number 3 for a reason. He's got, while I struggle to count, 8 straight wins. With the last 3 being against Rafael Dos Anjos, who's a former champ, Gunnar Nelson, really talented, Donald Cerrone, the most winningest fighter in UFC history. Not to mention a win over Vicente Luque, who's known as one of the toughest fighters, really good, another ranked fighter. Leon Edwards is tested. Leon Edwards has been in deep waters. Chimaev hasn't. It's, it's just as impressive as he was, and a man's 9-0. He doesn't. No fight has gone to decision. No fight has even gone to the 3rd round yet.
We gonna see come this next fight. We
right.
Gonna see how deep he can swim, bro.
We are, because I'm sorry, John Phillips, Reese McKee, and Gerald Mearshart. Mearshart's okay, but these ain't.
See, when you went down Leon joints, I knew some of them folks' names. Like I heard it before.
Exactly.
These niggas get the who? They get the who treatment.
Right. And that's what it is. And he could be. You don't know until you get there. You don't know if you could pass that test until you get to that test. So by all accounts, Chimaev could come out there and run through Leon like he did the last 3. He absolutely could do that. We don't know. But Leon Edwards is a different caliber fighter. He's been in deep waters, a bunch of full 3-round fights. He's known for his cardio. He's known for being able to push. But unfortunately, he's also usually decisions. 5 of his last 6 wins have been decisions. So, is he the most exciting fighter in the world? No.
It's like Woodley. When Woodley was winning all the time, he was going that little.
Which was crazy because Woodley was known to knock people out. Clean. He just had a bad couple of fights. And in fairness to Woodley, the dudes he was having those boring fights with are some of the most difficult fighters that you have to. Wonderboy Thompson is one of the most difficult fighters to prepare for because his style is so ridiculous. Oh, look at the boy. We got clean face Malik out here.
Yo, it's good, bro.
Baby face assassin.
Man, good to see. But I completely lost my train of thought.
My bad.
You straight.
It's my fault.
End of the day, you've got Leon Edwards is a very, very difficult fighter to beat, and I don't think Chimaev is going to just run through him in 30 seconds or a minute like he's done to these other guys. That if he does that, he jumps to the top 5 like immediately. If you can do that kind of shit to Leon Edwards, period, point blank.
Well, shit. Let me jump in real quick. First off, I just want to say I really, really appreciate Gerard. You know what I'm saying? For looking out for your boy. I see the smile on your face because I mean this shit. I really, really appreciate that shit, my nigga. Usually I come over here and I immediately talk shit to you, but I can't do that. So I just want to thank you for stepping in for your boy, giving me the time off that I needed. I was actually planning to do the show today. I thought I had some family plans, but them shits fell through, I guess. So I'm here, and I hear that you niggas talking about Chimaev versus Leon Edwards. Gerard, I'm disappointed you didn't learn the name, but
baby steps. We're taking baby steps.
Hey man, it's my second episode.
We ain't even got to the other fight that got announced for the same card.
It's neither here or there. But did y'all make a prediction yet? Like I was listening on the phone, but I didn't. I kind of jumped in. So
no, I didn't. I didn't make a prediction. I'll go Edwards. Right now, I'm gonna trust someone I've seen go deep waters. Probably 5 round, probably a main event, which would be a 5-round fight. Edwards been in 5-round fights. Edwards been in 3-round fights. And we don't know how Chimaev is going to be in that kind of situation. So until he proves he can or just runs through him again, like, you got to show me, because like Gerard said, when I went down the people that Edwards has beaten, even Gerard knew some of them names. He's got really good wins.
That's
Chimaev
okay.
Okay. So he's got to be the favorite. I'll put it like that. He's got to be the favorite right now.
Well, I got Leon too, just because I've seen Leon wars before. You know what I'm saying? So I got Leon too, but I know the UFC wants to push Chimaev. Like you're right. If Chimaev beats him, he's automatically top 5. They're going to try to put him in title contention immediately. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one more fight, but they're going to try to get that man a title shot if he beat Leon. Because if you think about it, the person who's snubbed in all of this, and I kind of feel bad for Leon, because like if you think about who he's beaten in the streak that Leon has been on, there's really no excuse for Leon to not be in title contention. I don't know if Dana's pushing him off to try to get him that Masvidal fight. I know he's trying to get the Masvidal and Kobe
fight. And that
fight.
Was the other thing, right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's what he's doing with Leon. He's like, yo, we're going to do this money fight first, and then if you beat Masvidal, then we could put you up there because your name will be out there more. But I feel bad for Leon, bro. Like, I get the Chimaev fight a little bit because Chimaev's up and coming. But still, you gotta think that Leon still deserves a little bit better than Chimaev. You feel what I'm saying? Like
3 fighting. I think Chimaev has jumped in at like either 14 or 15 in the rankings, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's 14, which you never see. You never see someone at number 3.
Not 14 versus 3. That's crazy. Right. Like you don't use Leon as gatekeeper. Like that's not Leon's role, bro. You know what I mean?
I think it was just bad timing for everything. Leon kind of got the short end of amazing streak, but you're not the most exciting person. You're not the biggest talker creating stuff, he is a little bit now, especially going in Masvidal the way he is. That's helping. But, and then that fight that he was really, that potentially could have jumped him to that next level against Tyron Woodley gets taken away from him through no fault of his own. So, and then you're in England, so we can't really, if you got to go away from your family and from your people for months at a time. And, kudos to those who are willing to do that, but I'm not going to hold it against those who are just like, I can't do that for this kind of extended period because of everything that's going on with COVID and that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of bad timing, a lot of bad luck for Edwards that kind of put him in this position. But a win would jump him right back there. And then I think they would look to do, if Masvidal Kobe doesn't come through, I think they would absolutely try to go him versus Masvidal.
Right. I think that's the fight for him. That's the fight I want to see. Like,
right.
If you really talk about it, like, I get Dana because I don't necessarily care about Leon versus Usman. Like, I just don't. I just don't care to see that type of fight.
Right.
But him versus Masvidal, bro, that's the. I mean, all you got to do is play. All you got to do is play the clip.
That's what people know. Casuals. That is a fight casual fans don't know that they want to see. Like, that is a fight in which, like, they're like, huh? Who is this dude Masvidal's fighting? But then that trailer will drop, and you'll see that clip, and everyone will go, oh, shit. Okay, now I'm in. Now I'm here. They see that everyone has seen the clip of Masvidal doing an interview, looking over what? Walking over there, three-piecing. And once people put that together and go, oh, that's the dude he punched? And he's a top welterweight? Oh, hell. Now you've got a fight that's going to do big pay-per-view numbers. But you got to get to that point. Because from Masvidal's point of view, as much as Leon wants to talk, and I understand it from the point of view of like, this is MMA and this is what we're trying to get away from, is making it about money and making things that make sense. From Masvidal's point of view, like, I already won that.
Right.
You know, for Masvidal, it's like, I got, you know, that clip looks good on me. I don't have to redeem myself after that. You need this. I don't need this. I can go to wherever. So, you know, while that's unfortunate in the way that, you know, the sport is kind of turning into that, it's just a fact of what it is. You know, I still want to see it, but for Masvidal, there's other fights that would do more business, would make more sense for him. Whereas Edwards is the one on the short end of the stick that, like, he needs that to redeem himself. Jorge's chilling.
Yeah, that's why I said I feel bad for Leon, because to be real, I'd rather see Usman versus Kobe right now. Like, nigga, that's the fight. Like, I don't care about really any other fight in welterweight. Don't really care about it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to, and I want to see Masvidal versus Usman a second time. I want to see with a full camp. I want to see that. You know what I'm saying? So Leon is just kind of like, you just a dude that just got 3-piece backstage, and you not gonna get no get back for it. Like, we sorry, you know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't have been talking shit. Like, that's literally it, bro.
It's unfortunate, but he's got to work his way back. He's got to work his way back to that point where it becomes undeniable. Because with the Kobe fight for Jorge, it's not even so much the fight; it's the buildup.
Right.
We want to see that build-up. We want to see that press conference. We want to see those trailers. That's what we want to see. That's why when Conor and Diaz got announced, everybody was like, I didn't even know I wanted this, but holy shit, that press conference is going to be insane. Everyone knew that the second it got announced. That's what we want to see more than anything here. And Edwards doesn't bring that yet. Maybe he can change that around. And I think if he's smart, hopefully this fight goes down and doesn't get canceled for the third damn time.
They're starting to look like Khabib and Ferguson, bro. If they can't make this fight, bro.
Right. But if that can't happen, but if he can and you win that fight, then you go in that post-fight conference, in that interview, and you go at Masvidal. Like, that needs to be his game plan. Win this fight, afterwards, I'm calling Masvidal all kinds of shit. All the bitches, all the motherfuckers, all whatever you can say, that's coming out in that post-fight interview if you win that fight.
Right,
that's what you got to do.
Right. So we got. So we on the next topic. We're doing Rozenstruik.
Yeah, Rozenstruik. Does this fight go more than 2 minutes?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Who you got? Let me ask you that. I understand we both don't feel like this is going to go past the first round at all. I just don't. But who do you have? Do you have Rozenstruik? When's the last time we've seen Rozenstruik?
Rozenstruik's last fight, he beat Junior. That was in August.
Okay, he beat Junior Dos Santos. Okay,
August. That was his first fight after the Ngannou. Actually, coincidentally, both of their last fights were wins over Junior. Both in the second round. No less.
Right.
So both of them have wins over Junior most recently. Gane, I think it's Gane. I'm sorry, because he's French.
Damn, they throwing him in there with Rozenstruik already.
He's look, they pushing. So I mean, looking at heavyweight, he's up to 7 already. So it's not too far. Rozenstruik is 3, Gane is 7. I'm assuming it's Gane. I'm sorry if that's wrong. Again, he's French.
They got Rozenstruik at 3.
The dude only losses to Ngannou.
Ngannou almost killed him, bro.
He almost did it to everybody.
No, that was bad. No, this one was bad. This one wasn't. Hey, yo, I'm gonna fall on my face after you hit me and I'm knocked out. This was I'm I'm gonna hit you. You gonna slump
cage.
against the cage, and then I'm gonna hit you with more shot. Like no.
Who did he do him worse than he did Overeem? Because he gave Overeem a second one when he was on the ground.
Yeah, I think it's worse.
I think it's worse.
If you go back and look at the fight, bro, I thought Rozenstruik was dead. There's never been a fight that I've watched that I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely dead after that.
I can't argue that point. I still to that point, I never seen someone hit with a punch where I thought his head was going to rip off of his head. And I've never seen someone's head snap back the way that Overeem's head snapped back on that. And that wasn't a short, compact, like Mike Tyson uppercut. That was a from the knees, full power uppercut. Then caught another one when he was knocked out on the ground. That was scary. That being said, I think if this was Rozenstruik's first fight after the Ngannou loss, I would be more inclined to go with Gane. Right. Because I'm always concerned with how people come back after a loss, especially a first loss. That was his first loss, and it was in 20 seconds.
Right.
But the fact that he's already come back and responded with a win, with an emphatic win over obviously Dos Santos is not what he was, but he is still a more than capable heavyweight.
Definitely still formidable. He's on the decline, but he's definitely still formidable.
Exactly. So the fact that you could still get that win gives me more confidence. I've still seen more from Rozenstruik than I have from Gane. Let's be clear. You don't beat Alistair Overeem, and he did knock out Alistair Overeem. Admittedly, Overeem was winning that fight until there was 5 seconds left.
I mean, he almost tore off his whole lip with a punch. So
he did do that. That's the kind of power that man got. And you beat Andrei Arlovski, who's again a extremely decorated, very good striker, one of the best heavyweight strikers of all time. So I've still seen a little more. It's still getting dubs. I've still seen a little more from Rozenstruik than I've seen from Gane. I like Gane's performance against Junior, but it wasn't like eye-popping. This is the next dude. It was like, okay, he's good. That's a good, solid win.
Right.
But I was more so thinking, okay, I gotta see him against one of these other guys.
Right.
See if he can step it up another level. What I saw from him versus Junior wasn't that next level performance. It was okay, he's for real, he's good.
Right. Yeah. That's the same take that I had from it. Because me and you will watch the fight and we'll be impressed with it. But if you were to put his fight with Junior against an average Joe, Gerard, for instance, Gerard's not gonna he's just gonna be like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's like, okay, that was decent. That was fine. He got the knockout, but it's whatever.
Yes, Cole. Yeah, I did shave. All right, I went through. I went. Not only did I do no shave November, I carried the shit over and had a no shave December, bro. I got tired of the shit. And I just got rid of it and said, yo, fuck it. I'm starting over, bro. Like, these 2 months were fucking gruesome. 2 months, no barber. I would never, ever do it again. I could have waited, but my work schedule is crazy. Like, I get Tuesdays off, and that's the day after the barbershop is closed on Monday, so they packed, and I get Sundays off. They close, bro. So I was like, bro, I'm not waiting. I'm just...
I'd do it. I can't not have facial hair. I can't.
Bro, I hate it. I hate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
the only other, it's one of the only things I've been able to hold over my older brother. Yeah, you older, but you couldn't grow a beard till you were like 28. Like that's that was always something. And I just think I look weird without it. The only last time I ever fully shaved everything was on Halloween a few years ago because I came dressed as Ron Burgundy. And they had the fake Ron Burgundy mustache. So I had to shave it so I could have the actual Ron Burgundy mustache. And for that next week, I was like, yo, my hair needs to hurry up and grow back. This is just weird. It's just weird. I don't like it. You don't, before you switch to the next topic, don't you try to get out of your picks of early prediction on this fight.
Who, me?
Yes, you. I don't recall you saying if you got Rozenstruik or Cejudo.
Oh, that's right. I do have a tendency to get away with shit like that. Like I'm starting to notice that.
Oh yeah.
It's tough because the thing I like about Gane is his range.
Yes.
That's, like as a heavyweight, I don't want to say he reminds me of John, but he just reminds me of like, in a way, like those tall, light heavyweights that you really see, like the ones that can basically kind of do everything, like on the feet. Right. Like he's very skillful on the feet, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
you don't see a lot of heavyweights like that. So I really like Gane. But at the same time, the thing that gets me with Rozenstruik and the thing that's having me on a hinge with this pick is that I don't like Rozenstruik's output. Like I've seen a couple of fights with him where his output isn't where it should be with him having that kind of power. Like he kind of just sits there and waits for a shot.
Right.
And I could kind of see Gane outpointing him if Rozenstruik never like connects. You know what I'm saying? Because if Rozenstruik wins, it's not going to be by decision.
Yeah.
Not against a dude like Gane. You know what I'm saying? So the question is, can Gane avoid that shot? I mean, he kind of avoided it with Dos Santos. It's possible, man. It's definitely possible. And like I told you, bro, that knockout is still. I forgot who Rozenstruik fought his last fight.
I didn't realize that he had. I didn't realize I completely forgot he had fought after that knockout. Completely forgot.
Bad it was, bro.
Until when I was like, oh yeah, he looked good against Junior. Like I remember that now. Like, but yeah, I didn't think it's unfortunately it's the lasting image. Like we just talked about with Leon. It's the lasting image in your head of Rozenstruik is him being held up on the cage by Ngannou's fist.
Jesus Christ, dude. Just thinking about it, bro. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. You lived through that?
Right.
Yeah, I'm picking Rozenstruik. Fuck it. I'm going to switch it up. And I'm going to pick Rozenstruik because he lived through some shit most likely I would have died from. I have no doubts about it, bro. No doubt.
This one's for you. This is your boy. This is your boy. Deiveson Figueiredo, UFC flyweight champion at 125 pounds. His younger brother is about to have his debut in the UFC. And eventually, more or less, he kind of said, once my brother, I'm so confident my brother's going to rise up also at flyweight 125. Little brother's going to rise up. And once he gets there, I'm not fighting him. I want to move up to 135 eventually anyway. And when I do, I want Cejudo. Apparently, they've been kind of trash talking a little bit, I think on Instagram and stuff. But
as he should go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna get my shit off.
I just want to say the quote. These are the words from Deiveson Figueiredo. I'm a wrestling killer. You can see what I did with all the wrestlers that crossed my way in the UFC. My game is a nightmare for the Pumpkinhead, and I'll prove that by taking his head with me when I return to Berlin. I feel very strong in the 135-pound division, so I want to test myself against him so he doesn't have any excuses. What do you have to say to that?
Yo, he been knocking niggas out. But hey, hold up. You talking to Triple C. Your arms is too short to box with God, though. Who you talking about? First of all, let me clarify something real quick, just from my understanding. What division does Figueiredo fight in?
125.
125, right?
Yes.
Who is the savior of the 125 division? Would that happen to be Henry Cejudo?
No, what happened to be Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson?
No, it's Henry Cejudo. Okay, Demetrius got traded for Ben Askren. Okay,
Dead and white don't like black people.
He got traded for Ben Askren, the dude that got knocked out in like 4 seconds. We're not going to talk about that. But when Mighty Mouse got shipped off, it was Cejudo carrying that division.
For like a year.
So what? He carried the division. They were talking about scrapping it. They didn't because Cejudo saved it. We're not going to give my man Henry credit that he deserves, Corey.
I'm not taking away from himself as a fighter. He defended the belt one time. Let's be clear.
Against who?
Man defended the belt one time.
Against who?
Against cheating ass TJ Dillashaw.
Beat him, did he not? Cheater and everything.
Absolutely.
Did he beat him?
Absolutely, he did. 100%.
That.
Answer me this question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there more talk about the 125-pound division then or last month when Figueiredo had those two fights?
I mean, it's Corona. Niggas ain't got shit.
Nope.
I mean, like, what you want me to? That's a valid argument. It's a valid argument, is it not?
It's a simple yes or no answer.
When is then? When? Let me know when then is.
Last month, in December.
Before that. No, I'm talking about the previous tense. I know what they're talking about now. I'm talking about what time frame are you?
I'm talking about like between when Figueiredo, let's say from Figueiredo's first title defense that he had, which I think was at the end of November, to now, compared to Cejudo after the win over Mouse.
Win, Corey.
And to him beating Dillashaw. And talk about them, whether or not they're going to keep the division alive, does not count as talk about the division.
I'm just saying. Bro. They were going to scrap it. Like, they were going to scrap the whole division. Like 20 fighters would have been out of a job if it wasn't for Henry Cejudo. So at this point, too, okay, I give it to you. It's Figueiredo, but Figueiredo's more of a knockout artist. He's one of the dudes that, okay, you put on a card to get fans to start appreciating the sport more. I give you that. But is he better than Henry Cejudo?
Knock him out.
What? No.
Knock Cejudo out.
No.
He will knock Cejudo out.
At 135?
Yes. Cejudo's not big. Like this, you go sit here and look at Figueiredo and look at Cejudo and act like, oh my God, Cejudo's just way too big at 135.
But it's not.
Fuck out of here.
It's not about that though. I don't think Figueiredo gets a chance to get his shit off against Henry. Like me and you both. First of all, me and you both know that. Like that's the thing. Like we can talk about the notoriety and shit and all of that, and him calling out Cejudo. The reason why I say his arms is too short to box with God is because I honestly believe that Cejudo embarrasses him for 5 rounds just on the ground. Like the wrestling is just going to be different, and at the same time, let's not act like Cejudo don't have hands himself. Like I'm not.
Different levels.
They say that shit about everybody that Cejudo fight, bro.
That's not his game. I'm not giving you credit. Dillashaw ain't no fucking amazing striker that you could just be like, yeah, he knocked out Dillashaw. I don't give a fuck. That ain't nothing to his name as being a knockout dude.
Every fighter that Henry Cejudo goes against, they say is going to outclass him on the feet, bro.
A lot of times they do. Mouse outclassed him on the feet.
He lost.
He won that fight, but he still outclassed him on the feet.
He lost.
Regardless, he outstruck him in a large way. Marias definitely outclassed him on the feet till his dumbass got tired, and then Cejudo went to work. Again, credit to him for taking advantage and getting the win. I'm not saying he did, but that first round and a half, he tried to strike a Marias. He was getting fucked up.
Let me ask you this: how many people did Henry Cejudo finish?
I don't know off the top of my head. I cannot give you that off the top.
Did he not finish his last opponent on the feet?
Let me see.
Did he not?
Yeah, he beat Dillashaw on the feet. No. Oh yeah, Cruz. He caught Cruz.
Okay.
I'll give him that.
Okay.
Caught Cruz. Absolutely. Cruz was starting to find his range, but he caught him.
I don't see anything.
Last 3 wins are by KO.
I don't see anything different with Davison, bro. I feel you, Davison got power from like 145 at 120. I get it. I totally get it. But you're not beating Henry, son. I'm sorry. Like, and I'm a Davison fan, bro. Like I like this God of War shit. I like this shit, bro. This shit is fire. But Henry is just, he's on another level, man. It's triple C, bro.
Respect to his skills. Respect to his skills. Anyone who can go, even though I think Mouse beat him, that was a very close fight. Anyone who can go 5 rounds and hang with somebody the caliber of Mouse, you're fucking ridiculous. I don't mean that.
Did he go 5 rounds twice?
No, he got finished in the first round.
He got finished in the first round. Okay.
Yeah, he tried. He didn't realize Mouse was strong and he thought he could overpower him in the clinch, and Mouse said, knee to the gut, and he fucking crumbled over. I remember that shit vividly. But again, still credit to him. Like I said, you don't last 5 rounds with Mouse and make it a very close fight if you are not ridiculously talented. Part of the reason,
not to make sure you put
arguably.
Make sure you no. I don't want to hear arguably. I want to hear you say it, Corey. He won the fight. I don't care what your opinion on the fight is, dog.
Officially,
he won as a win over Demetrius Johnson.
Officially,
in his prime.
Officially, yes, he beat Mighty Mouse Johnson. Officially.
Thank you.
Yes, he did. Figueiredo's knocked him the fuck out.
It's just because you hate Henry.
It's not.
Henry
it's
out.
Not. It's this is what I would see happening in that fight.
Okay.
It's Marlon Moraes if Moraes doesn't get gassed. If that Moraes fight, because the Dillashaw fight was 30 seconds. I'll throw that out. The Cruz fight, you get credit for that. Even though Cruz was coming off a long layoff, Cruz is one of the best, most unorthodox strikers of all time. You caught him, you finish him. I do think like that last minute or so, Cruz had kind of started finding his range,
a little bit.
And it looked like, okay, now we might have a fight. And then he caught him. Full credit.
I give that to you. I will give that to you.
Absolutely.
That is true.
That Moraes, like after that first round against Moraes, it was like, I don't know how the fuck Cejudo's about to survive. He was getting hot. He ate it, he survived it, and he outlasted. And now, like that's been a problem for Moraes moving forward. Is his gas tank is shit. Unfortunately, but when they're fresh, it was a problem. And I don't think Figueiredo, or if Figueiredo were to, we just saw that 5-round war in Moreno. He kind of was a little bit slow in the middle, but then he picked it back up in 4 and 5. Like, he ended strong against Moreno. So I don't see that same kind of thing that happened to Moraes happening with him. And if that don't happen, that Figueiredo power is a fucking problem. I'm not just saying it because I don't like Cejudo. I am willing. You've seen me pick people to win that I don't like, even though I don't fuck with them. I fully believe that kind of fighter is a problem. I don't think Cejudo's just gonna muscle him down the way you feel like he's just gonna muscle him down. I'll leave it at that.
I just think the levels is different.
They might be. Might be.
I just think the levels is different.
You gotta prove it though.
Who's the kid that Figueiredo just fought?
Brandon Moreno.
Okay. Moreno was able to take him down a lot.
He was. I'll give you that.
Who do you think wins between Moreno and Cejudo?
I'd pick Cejudo.
You're starting to see my point.
Every fight is
just
different.
judging from the last
Every
fight
fight
I
is different.
saw, even though Davison was sick,
every fight is different.
I give you that. But Moreno took him down a lot, and Henry can keep him down. It's not. Henry's not big, but he's
really strong. Wrestling strong.
He's stronger than Moreno. Okay?
Wrestling strength is a whole.
That's a whole
other level, bro.
And if you can get taken down like that by Moreno, regardless of the power, because we've seen Cejudo take a couple shots too that should have knocked his ass out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I just think he's gonna bring. I think he's gonna bring Davison in the deep water, man. And then
I'm not saying it's impossible. I feel like Figueiredo would finish him, and I just think every fight is every matchup is different. I watched John Jones take down Daniel Cormier, who's an Olympic level wrestler. He couldn't get Gustafsson down to the ground to save his fucking life in that first fight.
It's true.
You know, like, so it's like if you had to guess which one would have been the one he couldn't get down, that's not what the fuck you would think. So it's every matchup is different. I will give you that. I understand. You know, if they did a fight, actually, I might think they might make Figueiredo a slight favorite. Just because he's more popular now. Just because he's a little more popular now.
Still, though, there's no way.
I think it'd be really close. Like, I think it'd basically be a pick-em. I think it'd basically be a pick-em.
I can see it.
But, that would be fun if that happens. Obviously, you know, not necessarily on the horizon. They're doing the Moreno rematch. Still a lot of shit would have to happen. But that would be a huge fight if that were to happen for sure.
Well, let's see what he do. Are we gonna do the Conor topic now? I guess it's a good time. Man.
Well, the fight's a week away, and he said it.
It's only a week away.
It's next Saturday. These are the words of Conor McGregor on the UFC 257 Countdown show. Quote, I like Dustin. I think he's a good fighter. He's even a great fighter. But greatest devils below me, I'll knock Dustin out inside 60 seconds.
Well, Dustin has been real. You held it down. You held this shit down while Conor was out. You know what I'm saying? You held your shit down, bro. Like, I got a lot of respect for Dustin for the fights that I've seen him have, bro. I'm stupid. It sounds stupid now, but I kind of had him over Khabib a little bit just because of the tear that he was on. Conor's just it's just different, bro. Like, it's hard for me to explain to people, like, the level that Conor is in that cage. Like, yeah, people will keep pointing out to his loss against Khabib as a way to slight him. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, Dustin's going to want to fight standing up. He's not going to want to wrestle with Conor. Any person who is taking that approach against Conor has been knocked the fuck out.
Except Nate.
Except Nate, right? But I mean, that was 170. Like, but it's a loss. Whatever. All right, it's a loss. Whatever. But still, Gane was beating the shit out of Nate the second fight. That was
a close ass fight too. We're not about to act like that wasn't a close ass fight.
I mean,
I had Conor winning.
He knocked Nate down like 8 times, bro. Like,
so did Cerrone, and fucking Nate still won that fucking fight.
Yeah.
But do you think this happens though? Not Conor winning. Not Conor winning. Conor said, "I'm knocking him out inside 60 seconds." Does that happen?
Yes.
Woo! I did not think you were gonna go there.
Yes, bro.
I don't know why I didn't.
Yes, bro. I just know the power is different. And if Dustin go in there, Dustin better bob and weave for 60 fucking seconds, bro. I'm telling you, the minute Conor touches him with that left, it's night. Like, like people don't understand.
Conor's straight left is one of the best weapons in the history of MMA. 100%. Like, that's one of those.
Another thing, when Conor hits you with that, every person, it don't matter, Nate included, anytime he hits somebody with that left, they always look shocked. Every single time.
Because he's accurate with it. That's like the key for Conor has always been accuracy. It's not just that he hits you and hits you harder than you thought. He hits you harder than you thought he could in the exact right spot. That's when Aldo's lights go out. That's when Eddie Alvarez suddenly doesn't know where the fuck he's at. Doesn't know what's going on. Like, that's the key. I always love when Conor does shit like this. It's always great. I don't think he does it within a minute. We've had a lot of.
How long do you have the fight going there, Corey?
We had a lot of talk about this. I've had to go back and rethink some thoughts and revise some things.
Have?
I think it's. I feel like I'm really, really doing Dustin a disservice.
Me too.
He can Dustin can take some damage. Like, let's be clear, Dustin can take a punch, serious punches, and he can take volume. He took a lot from Khabib. He took a lot from Max in that fight. He took a lot from Hooker in his fight. Like, he can take punch. Conor is just, what he does is so different. I don't think it's within a minute.
But you don't see him going out of the first round, do you?
I don't want to do that to Dustin.
That's my point. That's why I'm going with it. It's because, like, the more I think about it, I don't see this shit going past the first round for Dustin. Here's why. It's not that Dustin was talking about, I've learned my lesson from the last fight. He's just doing that shit that he was over emotional, which I get. This quote.
I know exactly which quote you're going for.
This quote. I want things to get bloody in between me.
I knew you were going for that quote because I was just looking for it right now too.
I want things to get bloody between me and Conor to see if he can really last that long. No, Dustin, that's the wrong approach. Like, that's my point. If you think you're going to be able to take them shots that nobody else has been able to take, that you couldn't take, don't sound like you learned much of a lesson to me, because that, if I hated somebody, that's the mind frame I would have in the first fight as well.
I don't think he hates Conor now, though.
Well, he knocked him out. Like, I don't buy this friendly shit. I think they just working together to get a fight. And you get Dustin wants to pay them.
There's a respect level there. between the two. I think Conor definitely respects Dustin.
Yeah,
It's
kind of playing the good boy role too. Like, because we know Conor, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like, I respect you, but I'm knocking you out in 1 minute.
Yes,
no,
absolutely.
it's not a lot of respect that you feel for Dustin Poirier. I'm gonna knock you out in a minute. No, that I don't want to hear that respect shit. I'll say that.
I'll say this in regards to Poirier's quote. Depends on how he's going to execute it. Like, I want to pull Conor into a slugfest, into a war. Itself isn't the worst thing because Conor is more of a distance fighter, controlling the run. One of the best we've ever seen. Like him, Silva, and Jones controlling range and distance are probably the best. Maybe throw Machida in there as well. The question is, are you going to do that by coming straight forward? If you do that,
what Dustin Poirier does, and that's my point. It's not Dustin Poirier comes straight ahead, no matter who you are, no matter what type of fight. He's going to take shots to give you some. Conor is the wrong person to take shots from to get a shot off.
Agreed.
I can see it being a minute, bro.
Yeah. If he's moving, doing angles, circling, and kind of trying to force him against the cage, and then kind of get into a firefight, and getting that kind of a war, by all, like, good. Like, that's what you kind of want to get Conor into. But yeah, if he's gonna walk straight forward, you're gonna end up like Aldo. And I don't want that for you.
And then at the same time, how you going to circle him? Conor's so good with his feet too. He'll push off of you.
Yes, he's so good.
I'm sorry, Dustin. I rock with you too. Like, it hurts. Like I'm a Conor fan, but it hurts to do this to Dustin, bro. Because I legit fucks with Dustin Poirier, bro. I wanted him to beat Khabib, bro. More than Justin, I wanted him to beat Khabib. It's just level.
I'll say, I think it'll be later in the first round. I'll say like in the 4 minute or so range.
I was going to ask you a 4 minute range. Yeah. If it's not the first minute for me, it's going to be at least by minute 3.
Yeah.
Conor's going to try to get him out of there in the first round. Like, I honestly believe Conor is hungry for that Khabib fight. I think he wants that shit back because you saw how bad he wanted that Nate fight back. Conor don't think it's gonna happen.
You have to have a willing other participant.
Yeah, I know. I do know.
I don't think Khabib is coming back for that fight.
I know.
I don't think he cares enough.
I know.
As we talked about respect, he doesn't. No, I'm not helping you with shit.
Yeah, I know. I know. And I'm gonna be real with you. Khabib should take that approach. I wouldn't want to fight Conor a second time.
His coaches pretty much said Conor was the toughest fight he had.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fight. No, like if Conor is motivated like how I think he is, no, you don't want to fight that man a second time.
Right. Can't argue that.
What's the last topic? Nate, right?
Got one more. This is Dana White said it. Again, as usual, take Dana White's words with a grain of salt. But Dana said, we're working on an Diaz fight right now at lightweight, and it is not Tony Ferguson. But if we get it done, I think you're going to like it. It will put him in a really good position if you won the fight, and the guy who he could potentially be fighting, I think it's a great fight for him too. He says he's working on a great fight. For Nate Diaz at lightweight, who the fuck is he talking about?
Justin. Who else?
Oliveira?
I don't like that fight for Nate.
I'm throwing a purposely got the rankings here to see. Gabe G would be very interesting.
I think it's Justin. I think
that's a bad fight for Nate.
Yeah, because he did get pieced up by Masvidal too.
Not
Like,
just Masvidal, but the other thing is leg kicks. Diaz is not good with leg kicks.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that was Cerrone. Why Cerrone kept like how many times did like Diaz is not good with leg kicks, and there ain't 3 people on this earth that throw harder leg kicks than fucking Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oliveira, if you're trying to again help build his name up some more, he's number 3, but he doesn't get talked to. He's number 3 at lightweight. He doesn't necessarily get talked about a lot as far as being one of those challengers. But he did just beat Tony Ferguson, who was the guy they were trying to link to. You know, beat Kevin Lee. Jiu-jitsu guy, like 2, they're very similar. Really good strikers, but jiu-jitsu is where it's another fucking level. I could absolutely see that fight, and to me, that's a win. Like Gaethje is a little more made than Nate. Obviously, Gaethje hasn't fought since the Khabib fight.
Right. That's why I think is Justin.
Right. So it could be
because I think Oliveira holds out for a title fight. Like I think that's his smartest approach right now is to kind of just sit back and wait, especially after the dominating performance you just had over Tony, bro. No,
wait to see what happens.
Wait to see what Khabib's going to do. Wait to see what's up with this counter fight. I don't think it's Charles, bro. And there's nobody else in that division that I'll be like, set that up right now. Other than Justin, bro.
Those are the 2 that stand out to me that I'm looking at. Just kind of depending on who. Gaethje would make sense. That's a name, people know it. Everyone would be excited for that action fight. Oliveira makes sense on account of if you're trying to get like really launch and potentially have another star, you use the name of these other people to do that. And as good as Oliveira's been, and he's picked up some more because of some more momentum because of that Ferguson fight, fighting Nate and potentially beating Nate would jump him into another stratosphere. So I could see that being the case. Those are the only 2 that would make sense on either one of those possibilities. The only one, because they say they're working on it right now. Like I would have said someone like Dan Hooker, because I think that would be an exciting fight. But Hooker's already locked in right now.
I was going to say Chandler. I was going to say, okay, maybe it's Chandler, but Chandler and Hooker they already have a date.
Right. That's next week too. Right. So because of that, to say we're working on this, I would guess it wouldn't be one of those 2, which would really just kind of leave Gaethje and Oliveira. I think personally, I'd want to see the Oliveira fight a little more. I'd like that jiu-jitsu. I love seeing shit like that.
Yeah.
And that would be more fun for me personally. But from the UFC standpoint, Diaz Gaethje is a big money fight.
Big money fight. What? Simple. I feel you on that jiu-jitsu shit, but
right.
Nate versus oh my God, don't look away. What? What? And I think any fight at Nate at lightweight is crazy though. Right. I don't like him moving down a weight class. I just don't. It might be an attempt from Dana to get him the fuck out of there.
155 has always been his weight class to me. 170, he was always too small for 170. I never cared for him to fight at 170. 155 has always been his natural weight class to me. So I definitely prefer for him to be at lightweight. Gaethje, I don't think he could hurt Gaethje. Like the tank of Justin Gaethje is moving forward as Nate. Yeah, Nate, you're gonna hit you're gonna score a whole lot of points. Eventually, he's gonna get inside.
Yeah.
You gonna eat him late.
When he do, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
That is I will say, and even more so, I think Nate is someone. Nate wants to fight people he respects. Like, he wanted that Masvidal fight. He respected Masvidal. I think both Gaethje and Oliveira, to me, probably Oliveira more than Gaethje, he would respect a little bit more, in my opinion. Don't know what's in his head, but I could see him kind of being like, no, Oliveira's that dude. But even if it were to be Gaethje, he gonna be hurting. Even if he wins, he gonna be hurting. I vividly remember Gaethje versus Eddie Alvarez, and going, Eddie Alvarez's left leg is twice as big as his right one. He won this fight. He pulled it out. Look at that. He ain't gonna be able to walk for 2 weeks. Like, you're gonna be feeling that. That's the kind of fighter Gaethje is. That's what he does. But yeah, that would be a really, really, really fun fight. Both of them would be to me, but for UFC business sake, yeah, I could say Gaethje would be more likely.
That's what I got. I'm saying. What I got.
I'm excited. MMA's picking back up. I'm ready.
Damn, the fight card is at 3 tomorrow. Like the main card is at 3.
Yeah, it's over. I mean, it's overseas, and I think because of ABC, they probably don't want to go head up with NFL
football. Yeah, I'm working at 4:30. It pisses me off.
That's probably what I think. I don't know what time the games are starting exactly for football either, but I would think that they might want to try to get some stuff off ahead of those of the football. Because if you just go head up with football, you're going to lose. There's definitely, like what it normally would be, like 4 or 5. There's definitely games going on then.
Right,
Damn
right.
sure don't want to do that. So I think that probably played a role. In addition to them being on, I think they're in Fight Island for these fights.
Right.
So
right.
that's part of it too.
Right.
Football game start at 3:30 and 7:15 Saturday.
Yep. Oh, 3:30 Eastern.
3:30 Central Standard Time, so 2:30 Eastern. I mean 4:30.
4:30, so 1:30 my time.
Yeah, they probably thinking about wrapping the card up in an hour and a half. No, fuck no.
They're usually a couple, 2 or 3 hours.
2 or 3 hours. Okay,
We'll see.
The last game will start till 7:15. It's on ABC. So
yeah, so they'll get it done before the night game. Yeah. Makes sense.
You see, Gerard, I'm smoking on that nugget pack.
We're gonna be smoking on that Nets pack at the end of the year.
Stop it, Corey. Stop it. That's why I wore my shit up here.
Should
you might be ready. Take the Brooklyn hat off.
Be happy while you can.
Cool. Come Saturday when we drop all these news bangers about what we've been hearing, you might not feel the same way.
I can't wait to talk on Saturday. I can't wait.
You might not feel the same way.
Because Kyrie wanna. You know what, man? I'll say
this is fight night. We're gonna talk about it Saturday.
We'll say that for Saturday. I can't wait.
Whatever. Fine and fucking, I'm smoking on this Mighty Mouse pack.
Hold on to that. It's probably fake, like the Lost Mighty Mouse guy.
And this is why we can never ever go a whole week with nobody. We can't go a whole
Mighty Mouse pack. You saw him on there. This shit ain't fake. Don't do that.
We can never go a whole week without anybody getting into it because of this reason right here. Malik calls me up all the time, especially the other day. And when he called me up the other day, he had this stupid look on his face. And it wasn't just, it was just stupid. And it was stupid because he had no facial hair. Like, that was just, like, if he would have had facial hair, it would have felt right. But he had no facial hair, so he looks.
I didn't tell nobody, bro.
That nigga just called me out of nowhere.
Who the fuck is this?
What the fuck is going on? This man got no facial hair. I said, "Hey man, you all right?"
Yeah, I'm straight, bro. It's growing back though. It's already came back. It's just gonna take a couple days, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I shaved? I think I shaved the day I called you.
That nigga called me. I said, "Bro, what the? Hey, bro, what you doing, Malik?" and where is he at? This is not Malik. Nah, I like to do this sometimes. I just cut all my facial hair off. I like to look like I'm 17 again. You know what I mean?
I didn't say all that, nigga. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was thinking it. I was thinking it, but I didn't say that shit, bro. I didn't say that shit. I purposely didn't say it for a fucking reason. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna say that. That's too much, bro. It's too much. It might be a 30 thing. It might. It's like, I'm not
it's,
gonna
not,
front.
it's definitely not. Because at 30, I did not cut all my facial hair off. I'm
I
telling
don't
you.
know, man. I just feel old as fuck, man. I'm not going front.
Everybody's 30 is different. Everybody's 30 is different. I ain't going.
I feel old as fuck, man. I might be going through a midlife, man. I'm going through a lot of shit, bro. I don't know.
The most I did at 30 was I cut like my sideburns and stuff off, but I kept everything else. But I didn't go full Young Jeezy out here, bro. Like I ain't go full Jeezy out here.
Full Jeezy, bro.
Before we sign up, I forgot to throw this out there as a potential topic, but I just wanted to mention it because it brings me so much joy. The LFA, Legacy Fighting Alliance, removed Pat Miletich from commentary because he was out in them riots and all that shit storming the Capitol building. I don't think he actually went inside the Capitol building. I'm pretty sure he didn't actually go and storm the Capitol building, but he was there on the march, riding for 45 and all that. And Legacy, Pat Miletich, UFC Hall of Famer, former, I believe, welterweight champ, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure it was welterweight. And LFA said, yeah, no, we good.
Good job, LFA.
At least for now. Hopefully they go ahead and get rid of him. But, yeah, at least for now, he ain't out of there. So shout out to the LFA for knocking that out. Good job.
Shit, Dana gonna pick him up. What you talking about? What the fuck you talking about? I feel all that shit. But we're not gonna do that, man. We still need support. I'm not gonna do that, man.
It's too late. We done lost all our support.
After Gerard called out all white people last week, this was not about the word.
I forgot about that shit.
We lost all that.
Yeah, well,
it's okay. They'll jump back on.
Let's see.
But yeah, everybody.
That's all I got.
Everybody, we appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Fight Night episode 8, dog. Make sure y'all stream it everywhere. Catch us on YouTube. We all on Facebook. All the groups that's watched it from the video. I see y'all. Appreciate y'all. Yeah. Apple, Spotify, anywhere else you get your podcast, Anchor, everywhere. Come holler at me.
Smoking on that cater pack too. Blessed, nigga. Blessed, nigga. I'm smoking on that cater pack. I'm calling that shit too. Blessed.
So yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all February 6th at Conversations at the Shop. Indie Artist Spotlight. Any independent artists out there trying to get your music out, we're just trying to help. It's a little something. So just, hit me up in the inbox if you're trying to get on the show and, play a couple of your songs, interview you for a hot little second, and then.
You sure you want to do this? Are you at least going to go through a fucking vetting process? Because I'm telling you right now, Gerard.
Yep.
Hey, look,
idea.
Look. If you come up here and your shit whack, we're going to tell you that it's whack. Like, I'm not going to hold no punches, but I'm just going to telling you, like, hey, you might need to go back in the lab and work on it. But that's what we're here for. We're here to help.
Did you consult us before this? I saw you say something about it, but I didn't. I've been going through a lot of shit, but now that I think about it,
I had no clue personally.
Kind of, sort of.
No, you didn't. You just made a post about it. You didn't ask anybody.
I talked to Corey the other day, and I said something.
You just said you were gonna do it. I
thought, and then that was,
and then like the next day, there was the
post. So I kind of said I was gonna do it. There
wasn't a consultation here. There wasn't what do you think? Maybe we could. There was none of that. You just were kind of like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then the next day there was. So you know what it is. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey man, look, I'm just trying to get some more eyes for these independent artists, guys.
Okay.
I got two. I got two already.
You got two already? Two. We gonna spend a whole show on this?
No, I got two people. It's like 15 minutes, bro. Chill. It ain't gonna take long.
You said you're gonna play two songs.
You say you're gonna play two songs.
Two songs. Okay.
10 minutes of peak. Plus the interview.
Plus the interview.
No. Come on, y'all. Y'all know me better than that.
That's why we're talking this.
Y'all know me better than that.
But anyway, let's go ahead.
Y'all have a good day. Y'all enjoy y'all rest of the day.
Everybody give applause for Gerard. You did a good job.
I appreciate y'all, man. I ain't coming back next week. The boys will have it. So y'all won't see me at all next Thursday.
How do you know that?
You coming back? Nigga, you coming back to work. No, fuck that. You're back on schedule. You're back at work. You'll be here Saturday.
You know what? End this before you make any more bad